It's been almost 3 years now, and I've been consistently posting to Adobe Stock every single day. And over time, I've generated over 200,000 photos approved on Adobe Stock. Along the road, I've made hundreds of mistakes, but I've also figured out a way how to solve these mistakes. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 of my greatest and best tips when it comes down to being successful on Adobe Stock so you could potentially make more money. Without further ado, let's get into it. Tip number 1. Recommendation to you is to utilize AI. See, in the first year that I was uploading images to Adobe Stock, I've had just shy of about 30,000 images. By year 2, towards the end of the year, I discovered the ability to use AI and started using it a little bit more consistently, and I got about 75,000 images. And then finally, by year 3, I uploaded a little bit over 130,000 plus images, with about close to 105,000 images that were accepted. I've shown before in my YouTube videos how I use AI to grow, whether it be to upload images or tag and title, and I'll leave those video links in the description if you want to go ahead and take a look at them. The second thing is that even photographers can utilize tagging and title tools as well. The point to take away from here is that if you're not using AI, you're going to get left behind. It's just too competitive with that. And utilizing AI tagging and titling tools can also be used by actual photographers who shoot for stock photography sites. So whether you're an AI image generator or you're the type of person that likes to go out and shoot your photos, you can have great outcomes regardless utilizing various AI tools. My second tip is publish different images with variation of styles. Let me explain what I mean. Imagine you upload 400 images of various dogs, 400 images of various foods, 400 images of nature type images, and finally 400 images of people. What I recommend is every single time you publish images on Adobe Stock, make sure you have a mixture of all of them as opposed to just uploading, 50 or 100 images from just one category. What that'll allow you to do is overall have a higher acceptance rate over time. This is something that I've noticed when uploading images to Adobe Stock. My third tip, getting more success on Adobe Stock and making more money on Adobe Stock, is understanding Adobe Stock's internal algorithm. Figure out why certain images rank and why certain images don't rank. And when I say rank, really what I mean is how do some images get sales relatively quickly? They're on probably the first 5 pages of search for that search term, and then why some images are uploaded and they never get sales. What I've realized is that there's a lot of different components to Adobe's algorithm, and the most important thing to actually have your images sell is first, they have to be indexed. And in order for them to be indexed, they really have to be just approved. So the main focus for every single creator on Adobe Stock should be to increase their acceptance rate as much as possible when it comes down to creating images on Adobe Stock. Adobe Stock is a great opportunity for people to make money. However, if none of the images are being accepted, then you're just wasting your time. Various issues like quality issues or redundant tagging and titling type keywords get in the way of your approval rate. If you want to learn more about getting accepted on Adobe Stock in terms of the amount of images you have and having higher approval rates for your submissions, make sure you check out my Super Stock AI course in the link in the description. There's over 100 plus videos, 130 plus videos in that course, and it will teach you step by step of everything that I do when it comes down to creating images for Adobe Stock. Okay, my fourth and final tip. Avoid the indifferent type of images. What do I mean by indifferent type of images? Usually there's 2 types of images that you're going to create, especially with AI. You have on the right-hand side the real life style photos, and then on the left-hand side, you have these cartoonized comic book style images that clearly look like illustrations. But what you want to make sure is you don't publish the type of images that fit somewhere in between. Adobe likes a very clear category for your images, whether it be, once again, a photograph or an illustration. The important thing to realize here is that if the image is not very clearly visible to whoever's reviewing the image on the other side of the computer screen, it's probably going to get rejected. I've been focusing more recently on real lifestyle images as of recent, but there were times where I have focused on cartoon type images in the past. Regardless, if you're going to create a certain image, make sure it follows a specific suit. You can easily apply this and really improve on this quite easily when it comes down to your image generator. Make sure you specify what exactly image you want for the image generator, whether it be a photograph or an illustration in the beginning of your prompt. Specify it to whatever tool that you're using so you can get a better output later down the road. And as a bonus tip, make sure you use only the tried and true image generators to get the best outputs possible.